Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to go ahead and get started on part 2 of the J-Lo / Ben Affleck divorce debacle. I wanted to touch base on their relationship and what could potentially be going wrong. I hate to say it, but the common denominator in this factor is Jennifer Lopez, being that this is her fourth marriage, her first, fourth time going through the nuptials and all of that. She pictures to me to be someone that's not necessarily all in. She's definitely all in with her career, but I wouldn't say that she's all in any given relationship, namely because this is her fourth marriage. So she seems to have like that whole quitting thing down, unfortunately. I think that's because she's more so in love with the idea of being in love. She's more so in love with the idea of being married and, settled down and all of that. But I think once the honeymoon stage is over, she's out the door. And a lot of people, unfortunately, are like that. It's, because everything's always great in the beginning. You're either not seeing their flaws, their imperfections, or you're just ignoring them altogether, or maybe you didn't look at whatever red flags may be present. But in this particular instance, I kind of put more of the blame on her, even though I have no idea what's going on with them personally. But Ben pictures me to be someone that's actually done his work, his internal work on getting himself together. And I just say that namely because, he went through his first divorce with Jennifer Gardner. He went through rehabilitation for alcohol abuse. He was within another long-term relationship where that didn't work, but he was, single for a while. So from what we can tell, and again, he's not super public, from what we can tell, he's kind of a low-key kind of guy. And I wouldn't say he's a Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, I don't see him, interchanging models every other weekend. He does seem to come off as somebody that's laid back and potentially knows what he wants in life, whereas Jennifer Lopez, again, comes off as she's pretty superficial slash vain, and I guess you kind of have to be in her position as a, international superstar, if you will. But she definitely comes off as extremely idealistic, and the relationship kind of comes off like it's all about her and or what she needs. And when you're in a relationship, there's two people that, well, unless you're into that poly stuff, but when you're in a monogamous relationship with two partners, both individuals have to get their needs met. And she kind of comes across as someone who, again, with that fairy tale ideal of what a relationship is and or should be, that the moment anything threatens that or presents an alternative reality, which is actually just basically reality, she's out the door. So reports are that they're in marital counseling. Ben Affleck has moved out. We don't know how true that is, of course. It could all just be things we don't know. And it could be, when they say there's smoke, there's fire. But I do think that she needs to take some time out and have some self-reflection and kind of focus on figuring out who she is. Because, we look at her, as being someone who's particularly maybe in a later season in life, like, oh, you have to be solid on who you are and what you were and what you want, at 50 plus years. But that's not always the case, especially if you've relationship hop. You've been so busy with career and having, that type of success that you never really took time to have inner reflection with yourself. So I think if this doesn't work out, I hope it does, but if this doesn't work out, I think now would be the greatest time in her life to just sit down, literally sit down, figure out who she is, what a real relationship and marriage is, if you want to see it, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. And then, start from scratch and go there. But we'll stay posted on this. Definitely come back, like, share, subscribe on the channel there. We'll see you soon.